Right, okay. Pretty much from this point onwards, the way I'm going to be doing MySims is that I'm going to be really heavily truncating all of the building sessions and so on and so forth, just to make these parts just that much shorter, because otherwise they are just so long and it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, I was trying to... Well, initially, when I put this part together, it was like around 25 minutes. I was just like, there is no way in hell I can talk for that long. It's just impossible. And it is completely to do with the way that the game is, which is why it's probably an absolutely terrible idea that I decided I was going to do this as a commentary. But there you go. It's just the way things go, really. Oh well. Now, I have to say, it's always nice creating things like fridges. Now, I will warn you that there will be that really kind of mass of noise that appears when we are switching over between the initial building and the final construction that you get. Now, as you can see, sort of, you have this even from Roxy here. You have to get creative in how you are going to include all the essences that are required of you, because they ask a lot. It doesn't get too ridiculously bad until the Star Level 4 Sims. Well, even the Star Level 3 Sims have some terrible amounts of essences required, but the Star Level 4 ones are the worst. Because basically the way it works is that there are a set number of Sims that will turn up at particular star levels, and until you hit the next star level they won't turn up. Also, you actually receive blueprints when you reach star levels. At star level 1 you can get Chef Gino Delicioso, DJ Candy Super Groove, and Sir Vincent Skullfinder. However, you never know who you're going to get or when, so that's kind of a spoiler, but even though Vincent is one of the first Sims that can turn up, he didn't turn up for me until right near the end of the game, which is insane. So you will have a great variety of different Sims to be dealing with. For reaching the first star level, which really is not difficult, you get a coffee table, a counter, a shelf, and a wall cabinet. Star level 2 allows you to find Vic Vector, Roxy Road, Elmira Clamp, and Miss Nicole Vogue, as well as a bunch of townie Sims who only very slightly contribute to your star level. If you want to beat the game quicker, ignore the townie Sims, get in the commercial Sims, because the townie Sims do naff all. In fact, they are pretty useless, and the only thing that you'll get from them is a blueprint by becoming their best friend. But just for the purposes of beating the game, just do the commercial Sims. The townie Sims that you can get are Travis, Rhonda, Roger, Maria, Gordon, Ray, and Clarabel. So I guess that's something I can discuss. All the characters that you will never see, because I will never talk to them, because Why should I? I need to get these commercial sims in to make a thriving town centre. And then you can bring in all the townies. I think that's pretty much what I did when I played the game the first time. Oh, hate leaving as soon as I want to talk to someone. Ah! Yeah, I brought in all the normal sims and then I did the townie sims, and because I wanted to get the uber sims, which only appear once you've 100%ed one particular interest in your town, because I was going for the best friend everybody. I got bored at 50 hours, but I got pretty far, I have to say. I'm quite impressed by how well I did on that, considering how slow the game is. But either way, you just don't really need them until afterwards. Travis is actually wears the clothes that I got on right now, so I'm quite glad I didn't introduce him into my town, because then we would have been wearing the same thing and that would have been awkward. Travis is a young CEO, well, young retired CEO of a party supplies company who would like to spend his retirement living in a nice peaceful town. So even though he looks incredibly young, he was a CEO. Interests being fun and geeky, and he absolutely hates cute. He also appears in pretty much all the other titles. So Travis has been about a bit. He actually says that he has romantic feelings towards Annie Rad, who is another townie sim, but she doesn't turn up until Star Level 4. DJ Candy and Ginny, who also doesn't turn up until about Star Level 4. His worst nightmare is that there is the most amazing phone in the world, but he can't get it. So it sounds like trying to get an iPhone in China, from what I recall. I remember that just being ridiculous. Now, each character has obviously a particular voice type, and this gets reused, just kind of various pitches and so on and so forth. In this game, Travis has Ray's voice type, but in other games he has Dr. F's voice type, and we will meet Dr. F later on. What else is there? His best friend reward is an athletic soccer couch, but he doesn't have any athletic interests when it comes to MySims Agents, where the interests are changed a little bit. Rhonda is a fun woman who comes to your town after you have reached a rising population, aka Star Level 2. She's got a green jacket and a white shirt underneath, and has baggy jeans and ripped ponytail, so lives for the now and enjoys every second of it. Yeah, she's very uninteresting. She's in the trailer for MySims Party, but isn't actually in that game. And when she actually opens her eyes, she has brown eyes, because she pulled a Brock, really, in not opening her eyes when talking to you, which is very rude. Then we have Roger, who's an exercise nut. Often does push-ups and jumping jacks. Bold, with kind of the hair, the remaining hairs that he has swept over the top of his head, and yeah, he's crazy. Also, there's Patrick. Oh, lovely little Patrick, just doing his stuff. Roger's interests are fun and studious, and he hates tasty. Wonderful fellow. Roger makes cameo appearances in MySims Racing and in MySims Agents. And his worst nightmare is not being able to take a few steps without catching his breath, which essentially means being out of shape, but yeah. Anyway, his best friend's reward is a rickshaw chair blueprint thingy. So, yeah, then we have Maria, who comes to town looking for a great home, tasty girl who likes eating food, and really, really likes barbecue bananas. Anyway, interests being tasty and studious, and she hates geeky. Best friend reward is a small television in the shape of a can of soda. Or a fizzy drinks can if you're in Europe. Or at least England, I should say, because, you know, we don't call it soda here. Then we have Gordon, who likes to read. Wants to pass the time with books and enjoying the quiet and nature away from the bustling cities. So fascinated with reading books that he doesn't even realise there are better ways to get information. Although I will say that sometimes books are actually better than the internet. This is particularly the case with university, where the information you need is not on the internet. Which sounds absolutely far-fetched, but it's actually really the case, which is slightly terrifying. Interests are studious and geeky, and he hates tasty. Best friend reward is a couch puzzle blueprint. Let's see what else is there. Now, in MySims and MySims Kingdom, he has glasses, but this is swapped out for a monocle in MySims Agents. So clearly one eye has gotten better vision in time. Also, yeah, that's about it for Gordon. There's not really a whole lot else on him. Then we have Ray, who is a spooky sim. He actually used to live in the town, but moved away after the Essence guy left. And there are two things that you cannot get enough of: buckles and pockets. All you need to do is add zips to that, and zips and belts, and you've got Tetsuya Nomura there. Interests are spooky and studious, and he hates fun. Okay, you haven't got Tetsuya Nomura there, although I guess some people would argue that that's probably surprisingly accurate. He gives you a Medusa couch, which is terrifying. Now, there has been kind of comments that Ray is actually based off of Squall Leonhardt from Final Fantasy VIII, because the outfit and the hair is quite similar to the one in Kingdom Hearts, and also there's points where he talks about ranged and melee weapons, and he seems to be referencing Squall's Gunblade. And when he mentions about liking to play video games with characters that are emo yet kind of cool, he may be indirectly referencing Squall. There's also a sim by the name of Bartholomew on the Sims 2 Exchange. Bartholomew was made by an official worker of EA and looks quite similar to Ray. Also on the cover of MySims and in various concept artwork, Ray has black hair, but in the game he has brown hair. And even though he doesn't care much about anything, he still appears to be nice at times, particularly like when you become best friends with him and so on and so forth. And just in time to return this, well, go on to our final task. Oh, damn it. Fine, I'll go and get the last bits and bobs and blah. Anyway, the last character we have is Clarabel. First name Clara, middle name Bell. She actually comes because she wants to live here. Some people say that Clara's middle name is cute, but that's just silly. It's actually Belle, which makes sense because she's called Clarabel. Best friend reward is a coffee table in the shape of a mouse. In several screenshots and images of MySims, it's shown that Clara, or a sim that looked like her, had black hair. What else is there? She has brown hair in MySims and MySims Party, but red hair in MySims Agents. And her concept art shows her with red hair and blue bands holding it together. However, in MySims and MySims Party, Clara has brown hair with orange bands, because it's totally insane. And also in the MySims beta, Clara has red hair with blue bands rather than brown hair with yellow bands. Naughty, that's getting more confused. Freckles, smaller mouth, and lipstick. So, that's all of the towny sims. For star level 2, I will go into the other star levels when we reach them. I'll probably end up having to split them up as we go on. But yeah, this is one of my expert sync creations. Why did you want so many essences on this, Roxy? Why? Just... oh... And, just to top it off, stick the extra one in the middle, and ta-da! It's a wonderful sink! I totally want to use that. Because it's totally hygienic with all the cakes that are gonna go mouldy, just littered all over it. In fact, it's a really odd thing that we are painting with these essences, because you could see it as painting with the actual object, in which case we are painting with cakes, which we dug up from the ground. I'm sorry, why do you want this in your ice cream shop again, Roxy? Slightly worrying, because, you know, it's really, really unhygienic. And considering you're such a clean freak, I don't think you would really appreciate such a hideous thing in your shop and home, because obviously her home is just off the side here. So this pretty much covers up Roxy Road, so the place is so clean, so yes! All done. It's time to go and check in at the hotel and see who's next to bring into our little town of Bellbridge. Yay!